Hallihallo und Hallöchen zu einer neuen Folge. Ja, sorry, dass es gestern so abrupt abgebrochen hat. Bei mir klingeln immer Leute, ich habe keine Ahnung. Manchmal klingelt es und ich habe eine Kamera halt, mit der ich rausgucken kann. Und manchmal steht einfach niemand davor. Manchmal steht jemand davor, den ich nicht kenne. Und ich mache nur Leuten auf, den ich kenne. Die ich kenne. Und ja, dann bimmelt das Scheißding halt ewig. Okay, wir haben 4 Minuten von der letzten Folge ausgelassen. Das heißt, diese Folge wird 24 Minuten lang, vielleicht sogar 25, weil ich es ja immer nicht schaffe, genau zu bleiben. Genau, wir sind am Telefon und weiter geht's. Ihn warnen, Kast ist gefährlich. Die Gefahr relativieren, Kast ist nur ein Verdächtiger. Das ist jetzt problematisch, weil wenn ich ihn warne, dass Kast gefährlich ist, dann kriegt er vielleicht Panik, wenn ich... Ach komm, wir machen es einfach.
Do not be fooled. He has already killed 3 people and you are next.
A murderer?
Das war falsch.
Under my roof? Good God!
Dunbar, can you hear me? Dunbar! Hello? Dunbar has had malaise. That's all we needed. I'm calling the Doncaster police. I hope they get there quickly.
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train.
How is the hotel owner?
He had a heart attack. He was taken to the hospital.
Oh no. It is my fault. When I told him the killer was at his hotel, I should have been more considerate.
Come on, Poirot. You weren't to know he had a weak heart.
Oh oh. Stand es in der Patientenakte? Ups.
But I should have known. I saw his medical records.
Do not torture yourself, Poirot. His attack was not fatal thanks to the quick intervention of the ambulance team.
Please keep me informed on his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the murderer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents.
No, of course.
While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt.
Bien tot.
Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our number 1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Dann geh mal zum Zahnarzt, du alter Socken, du.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
Sammeln Sie Egerbunkte. Sammeln Sie Egerbunkte. Wie er da halt so schön steht. Und warum wackelt ihn sein Auto so arg? Ich glaube, da geht was kaputt. So, wir können... Ist jetzt da oben schon wieder so eine Katze? Hier kann man nichts machen. Da kann man mal reingucken.
I've been going past this modest guest house for so long. I would never have thought that the ABC case would lead me here.
Tja,
Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
Dann gehen wir mal rein, oder? Guten Tag, die Dame. Ja, steht da wirklich jemand. Guten Tag.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Sich darüber ärgern, dass sie Kartoffeln schält.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Warum wusste sie vom ABC-Kurs?
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too.
Ich darf das.
Did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
War das Blut? Oder wo waren die Flecken?
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Got used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhill's by the sea, right?
Indeed. It is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Sie bitten
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Nach Details zu den Zeitungen fragen.
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Den da, den da, den da. Meins, meins, meins.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
Das kann ich doch nicht machen, wenn die dabei
I
ist.
don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Darf ich trotzdem reingucken? Cool.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Was war das jetzt? Erstmal angucken.
This woman appears to be in a bad mood.
Naja, sie schält Kartoffeln. Ach so. Unkommunikative Haltung, gesenkter Kopf.
Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
Irgendwas wollte ich noch sagen.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
Sie des Betrugs bezichtigen. Das ist Betrug. Ja, klar ist das Betrug. Ich nehme das auch.
You rented the same room to two people. That's fraud.
Calm down, Mr. Poirot. My lodgings were full and I couldn't let poor Mr. Fishman sleep outside.
Du kriegst Geld vom anderen. Sag mal, geht's noch? Hast du noch alle Nudeln in der Birne?
It looks like I found the real master of this house.
Ein Deckel am Ende eines Fadens. Achso, die Mieze. Und Das Sitzkissen.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Ja, der kann sich selbst angucken, wie er da drauf sitzt. Da ist ein Mob. Mob, Mob. Ich mob dich den ganzen Tag. Mob, Mob, Mob. Warum läufst du nicht? Hallo?
It is not the right time.
Dann nicht. Guck dich erst nochmal im Spiegel an. Ich schaue es dir so gerne. Gut gemacht. Arzneimittel. Das ist Arsen. Nicht ganz.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher.
Der killt die anderen.
Probably be useful to me.
Der killt die anderen, um an ihre Medikamente zu kommen, weil er kein Geld hat. Nur mal so, kleine Überlegung. Chloroform.
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Genau, nimm alles mit. Kannst auch gerne sein Bett und seine Bettlaken noch mitnehmen. So, dann schauen wir mal in den Schrank.
Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Unterwäsche.
Most probably the bathing dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands.
Dann hier.
All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. The Bexhill Daily Paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder.
Gut. Was haben wir hier noch?
ABC guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Naja, er muss ja bis Z kommen.
It's closed.
Du kannst es doch... Ey, du kannst da anpacken. Haben wir ein Messer? Komm, das geht mit dem Schlüssel. Das mache ich auch immer mit dem Schlüssel. Stell dich nicht so an.
It's closed.
Ist hier gerade hergelaufen? Ta. Ich kann ihn steuern. Okay, dann brauchen wir also erst ein Messer. Da liegt noch eine Hose. Da ist ein Bett.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Echt? Das Ding hier ist verschoben. Die Hose liegt drum und das Bett ist nicht ganz so gemacht.
At least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Aber Hauptsache bei seinen Morden hat er alles ordentlich gemacht.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction.
Der Typ hat einfach irgendeinen Schuss. Der hat das Gas nicht vertragen. Aber kann ich mir auch gut vorstellen, dass er das nicht hat.
Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury. Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning?
Was haben wir hier?
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a red field typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Das ist nur die Frage, wie wir das machen. Aber erstmal schauen wir uns hier die Schreibmaschine an.
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Erstmal gucken wir uns an, was wir hier machen können. Das Band herausnehmen. Naja, wir müssen hier hochziehen. Wir drehen das mal raus.
The left-hand heel has been removed.
Ich hatte auch mal eine daheim. Beziehungsweise ich habe sie noch. Steht bei mir im Keller.
The right-hand heel has been removed.
So. Und schon kann ich das Band rausnehmen normalerweise. Wenn mich nicht alles täuscht. Weil es ja hier rumgewickelt
Something
wird.
is blocking the ribbon.
Natürlich. Das wäre ja auch zu einfach. Gehen wir nochmal ein Stück zurück. Tippen wir ein bisschen auf den Tasten rum. Geht nicht. Gut, dann müssen wir das Ding hier halt mal rausziehen. Warum kann ich hier nichts machen? Ah, okay. Jetzt ist weg.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC.
Schauen wir es uns mal an.
I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
So, dann drehen wir doch mal.
All
Oder?
the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
I'm quite sorry. Da ist noch ein Messer. Das sieht mir aber nicht nach einer Waffe aus.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This
Die ist doch
subject
sauber.
would probably be useful to me.
Jetzt können wir auch das Paket aufmachen. Da haben wir noch ein
It's
ABC-Buch.
an ABC.
Okay. Dann schauen wir jetzt nochmal in dieses Paket hier.
This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string.
Ja, das glaube ich nämlich auch.
Stockings. Stockings.
Stockings. So, ich glaube, das war doch alles, oder?
It is now the right time.
Nicht. Poor Mr. Pyro, I'm quite sorry for you. Wo befand sich Cust zum Zeitpunkt des Mordes in Bexhill? Er wurde an jemand anderen vermietet. Das lokale Blatt von Bexhill mit dem Datum von Bettys Todestag wurde in Custs Zimmer gefunden. Cust war am Tag des Verbrechens wahrscheinlich in Bexhill.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th.
Kann ich jetzt gehen?
It is now the right...
Habe ich was vergessen? Das haben... Oh, was ist das? Ach, Blutspritze. Na, da guck mal einer an.
Dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Langsam aber sicher gehen wir aufs Ende zu.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Wirklich?
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Mhm. Ich kann hier nichts machen, oder? Nee, das hatten wir schon. Okay, schauen wir uns erstmal den Typen hier an. Und seinen Chevy.
Talk to Job.
Okay, dann reden wir halt mit ihm.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Ist Cust schuldig? Hatte Cust die Möglichkeit, die 3 Opfer zu ermorden? Er hatte ein Messer, das aussieht wie das, mit dem Clark erstochen wurde. Er war in Churston. Alle Briefe, die haben... Aha, Cust war... Achso. Er war an dem Tag in Churston. Er war in Bexhill. Und er war in Andover. An allen Tagen war er dort. Gibt es Gemeinsamkeiten zwischen Cust und dem Mörder? Alle Briefe, die an Poirot geschickt wurden, sind auf seiner Schreibmaschine verfasst worden. Er bewahrt alle Zeitungen auf, die über die Morde berichten. Er hat ABC-Kursbücher bei sich. Er war mit Blut beschmutzt. Er hat ein Messer. Warte mal. Gibt es Gemeinsamkeiten zwischen Cust und dem Mörder? Er bewahrt alle Zeitungen auf, die über die Morde berichten. Naja. Alle Briefe, okay. Alle Kursbücher. Er war mit Blut beschmutzt. Er leidet an Bluthusten. Er hat gelogen. Er hat ein Messer. Ah, er hätte dieses Verbrechen begehen können. Ist Custs Verhalten verdächtig? Er bewahrt alle Zeitungen auf. Er leidet an... Er war mit Blut beschmutzt und er hat gelogen, was sein Reiseziel angeht. Er ist schuldig.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes. Yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Super. Dann sehen wir uns morgen. Klack, 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 klack. So, wir sind bei 24 Minuten 30. Wir haben die letzten 4 Minuten der letzten Folge noch nachgeholt. Und als nächstes gehen wir dann nach Scotland Yard und kümmern uns um die Untersuchung dieser Medikamente, die wir mitgenommen haben. Und dann werden wir vielleicht in der nächsten Folge ja schon den Täter befragen. wovon ich eigentlich stark ausgehen würde. Ich danke dir schon mal für deine Aufmerksamkeit. Ich hoffe, dir hat Spaß gemacht. Lass mir bitte ein Like und einen Kommentar da und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.